Welcome to my testing and review of the United Vietnam Tomahawk. This Tomahawk is based on a design that was in usage on the U.S. side in the Vietnam War, which my father participated in. Now this Tomahawk has been extensively modified. The edge has been reprofiled. I've added a grip and I've added a pommel for extra retention. Alright, let me show you a little close-up of those changes. Alright, you see the edge there. It has been reprofiled. The way it came, the edge was convex, but it was far too dull, far too it was blunt. I mean, it was really bad when it came. Alright, so it's been reprofiled to, you see there, and sharpened. Also, I've added this grip. It is a hardwood handle underneath this grip. Right, and I've added the pommel like so, just so I can swing away and it's not going to shoot out that way. I have already tested this. Let's see if you can see the wear and tear marks on it. At this point, I'm going to roll in some of the chopping footage, and then we'll come back and talk about the hawk. Alright, so how did the hawk feel? It felt good in hand. It felt powerful for its length. I mean, definitely feel like it can chop the crap out of whatever I need to chop. Alright, let's look at some size comparisons with some other blades. Here is a size comparison with some other popular hawks. To the right, cold steel trench hawk, you see significantly longer than the United Vietnam Hawk. Alright, in the middle is the Vietnam Hawk, and to the left is the new SOG Voodoo Hawk, alright, which is shorter. Alright, so this Vietnam Hawk, you know, it's intermediate. You can get shorter hawks, you can get longer hawks, but this is a nice intermediate length. I found it basically a very handy length, compact, but yet for its size it gave pretty strong chopping for its moderate size. Now that knife in the background, alright, hold on, let me move the trench hawk out of the way. Alright, that knife in the background is the K-Bar Becker BK9. Now the reason that I have that there is because it is almost exactly the same overall length as the Vietnam Hawk. Right, so if you're going out there, you have a choice. You can carry a large knife, you can carry a hawk. Some people carry both. Some people carry a hawk for the chopping and then a much smaller knife, like a super sharp Scandi knife, right, for their slicing and fine work. You have a lot of choices. I just wanted to show you one very good knife that's basically exactly as long as this Hawk. Now the Tomahawk does come with a sheath. You know, it's a thick leather sheath, but it's you know, I'd rather have Kydex or well-made Cordura, but that is the sheath, rivets there. All right, and basically, you know, the Tomahawk is inserted like so. Now because I modified the pommel, it won't fit. I was going to cut this larger so it would, but it's not that good of a sheath, so might as well just have a new sheath made for it instead. But yeah, that's the sheath that it comes with. You know, I wasn't expecting much in the way of the sheath because it is a $20 Hawk, but that's what you get. Alright, so my final thoughts on this Hawk. You know, I'm not going to BS you. It's a budget item, and budget items are needed today. If you're going to go on a casual camping trip, I mean, why are you going to go crazy spending, you know, hundreds? So as a budget item, I take it for what it is. I feel I definitely got my money's worth, but remember, it is a $20 item. You're not going to be jumping in behind enemy lines with something like this, all right? It's more of it's a good camping tool. It's a good small chopper for backyard work, right? And in an emergency, it could be used as a weapon. It does have some heft, and yet it is fast enough to manipulate. The main issue is that out of the box, the way the edge comes, it's unusable. The edge is just so blunt, and the convexing, it's so convex it bulges out like I don't know, like the top of the Taj Mahal or something. I mean, it does not have a profile that's even really suitable for cutting. Without reprofiling the edge, this Hawk will basically bounce off whatever you're cutting. Excuse the noise, you know how we roll here. Alright, so for this Hawk to be usable, basically you have to fix up the edge. Alright, there's many ways to do that. You can do it by hand, it would take a long time. The cheapest way is to have a hardware store do it. But yeah, you're going to have to do work on the edge yourself if you want this to be a usable Hawk. Just want that clear, don't want to BS you. And yeah, I would also add grip like I've added. Alright, so all in all, you know, I'm happy with it, but I understand the limitations of a $20 item. It held up well, the head didn't come loose or anything, the handle didn't crack, and with the modifications I had an excellent grip. So those are my three basic things I test for initially, and it passed with flying colors. Once the edge was reprofiled, chopping worked well as well. Overall, I was very happy with it for $20. Cold Steel has a similar Hawk for $40, and you know, I haven't tried that one, but maybe, but it is a usable Hawk. I mean, surprisingly, it is a usable Hawk for this low price. Hope you liked the review.